All right, go ahead.
I'm ready.
So Chris Windham, Human Nature Magazine. We're backstage at the Black National Theater in Harlem with the curator and the organizer of a lovely fashion show here today. We have Jacquel here and Pamela Shephard here as well. Just start by telling me about the fashion show. Like, how did it come together? And there's an overall theme. You guys are promoting HIV/AIDS awareness amongst young people in particular. And just how did you come up with the concept of the fashion show, and sort of what was the message you were trying to get across today?
Well, we came up with the fashion show like about 6 weeks ago. I decided to do something, a year-end event for youth, entertaining ways to engage them about HIV and AIDS. So Project Kids, that's what we do all the time. Like, there's several different organizations around New York City that have funds to do events. They usually do like safer sex parties where you can go and get HIV tested and it's just a party. Well, we wanted to get a little bit more innovative and do something else. So I asked the young people, a lot of the youth advocates who work with me, I was like, well, what do you guys want to do? And they're like, it's a fashion show. And I was like, that's fine, we can do a fashion show, but there needs to be a message that's tied into the fashion show. Like, how do you get an HIV prevention message tied into a fashion show? So we invited youth from other organizations to participate. They were like, we don't want any tabling because we're tired of people giving us information. We don't want this to be carried out or executed by adults because we're tired of adults telling us what to do. We have our own ideas about HIV prevention and how the disease can be prevented, and we can come up with something. So it's like, fine. I was like, there will be some adults involved. And I was like, well, a lot of young people who are youth advocates who are in the HIV prevention field already have an interest in fashion. I was like, let's bring them in, let's invite them. But there was still like this missing piece. My background is in HIV research and not styling and fashion. So I called on this sister, Pamela Shephard, because like Pam and I had talked several times before about, like, I was like, Pam, I really would like for you to do some things with the young people that I work with. Like, it would be great if we can bring you in and do something. So when this came about, I called her. She was like, definitely. Like, I definitely want to be involved.
And Pamela, talk about the different acts. How you walk the audience through the origins of HIV/AIDS until today. Talk about the research you did and how did you pick the fashions to reflect.
It was a really communal effort. The kids were really helpful in regards to telling their suggestions, in regards to how they wanted to tell the story. Somebody came up with the title, The Evolution of the Silent Killer, and after we got that overarching theme, we then decided to move backwards in terms of going back to the beginning and giving the play-by-play in terms of not only the progression of the virus, but really, I think the progression of the virus in regards to our community. In terms of colors, the opening scene are the early days of the virus, and I just wanted it to look very clean and pure, just because there's ignorance. People are oblivious to the fact it's not yet tainted, and I just wanted that scene to look.
Right. Yeah, pause it. They're gonna show up.